Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Q&A from Dust. And today, I'm going to be answering more questions, so let's get on with it. As you recall, last time I stopped in the middle of a puzzle, and this time I'm just starting right back where I left off. In fact, it was the very end of the puzzle too, so anyway. First question from Super Cizona, and she asks, "What's your favorite Disney movie?" I don't even have to think about it. Lion King, Lion King, Lion King, Lion King, and Lion King. And if we're talking about a second favorite, then it would have to be Beauty and the Beast because Stockholm Syndrome. Anyway, yes. That was easy. Alright, next question. Thank you for your question, Katie. Man, you started me out with an easy one. Awesome. Alright. Mage Rule 64 asks, "What is your favorite LP moment from any of your LPs?" Oh yeah. He asked that for the last video, but but he asked it again for various reasons. Anyway, my favorite LP moment from my LPs? Oh my god, I don't know. Favorite LP moment from my own LP. I mean, one of them has to be, the finale of my very first LP, Chrono Trigger. I had Blue Bomber IMO as a guest commentator, and it was just such a serene moment to finish my very first LP. It was, LPs are huge projects, and it was the very first one I'd ever finished. It was just a great moment, and that, not to mention, the end of Chrono Trigger is really awesome, because that ending sequence with Lavos, like all those different stages, and like literally when I beat it, I was like, did I do it? And Ian's like, yeah, you did it! I'm like, yeah, I did it! So not only was it the end of an amazing game, but it was the finale wrap-up of my very first LP project, and that was cool. Another one was probably the finale of Earthbound, because I had the opportunity to co-commentate with NCS, and that was just amazing. Never thought that was ever gonna happen, but it did, and it was really cool. Any other moments I really liked that weren't finales? I don't know, man. Gosh, I'm trying to think of like one specific moment in LPs that I really liked, or maybe I thought was like super funny. I guess one of the more funny moments in some of the LPs that I've done in the co-op I did with Rock Paper Mario. For whatever reason, this moment sticks out to me the most. It's like he was in Click Clock Wood or whatever, and I was telling a story, and like I was imitating my mom, and I was like, and she goes, "My teacher was so skinny, she looked like olive oil." And like apparently Harry got a huge kick out of that. Oh, also a couple more moments that people really liked in my LPs. I'm going from what I liked to what other people like. People liked Critical Hips. That was funny. I suppose Critical Hips. I wasn't even expecting that to catch on, but then everyone's just like Critical Hips, and I never use it, but people keep it alive. So it's the catchphrase that never gets used. God, and there was and then in Paper Mario, like I said like, I love books. So, like I said it really strangely. I don't know. It's just those moments that like when you're actually in the moment, you don't really think much of it, but then people think it's funny, and then you're just like, I guess that is kind of funny, and then you go back and you just really enjoy yourself. I have a lot of those in Twilight Princess when I'm co-commentating with Devin. My favorite moment co-commentating with Devin, I think, so far has been when we were telling that story about like ordering like chicken quesadillas in Chili's. and we were like, if you order that chicken quesadilla, I will punch you in the throat, and I'll make everyone watch. We have such a healthy relationship. But anyway, you know, just silly stuff. Just silly stuff. So yes, thank you for your question that I just went way too far into about. Alright, Liquid Rage Gamer asks. Oh, he doesn't ask a question, he's just responding to what I said earlier. So, thank you for the question from last time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for participating. Alright, the Lizard asks, if they were to make a movie about you, what kind of movie would it be, and who would you hope would play you? I feel bad for anyone who watches that movie because it would be the most boring movie ever. Can I just say though that I asked my dad this question once, or at least I asked like who would play you in a movie about yourself, and he literally sat there for about 5 minutes. And he was really contemplating. And he goes, probably Bruce Willis, and I just could not stop laughing. Oh my god, he was so serious about it. He was like, probably Bruce Willis, yeah. Who would play me? God, I don't know. I'm really bad with like actor and actress names or whatever. I have no idea. What would it be like? Jeez. What kind of movie would it be? I feel like the kind of movie it would probably be like some sort of coming of age story, because I'm still a little kid. I haven't grown up yet. So I need to find myself. Oh, and who would I be played by? I don't know. I feel like if we're talking about like looking similar to someone, I feel like an actress that looks relatively similar to me is probably like either Ellen Page or I guess like what's her name from Hunger Games. I don't know. We have brown hair. I don't know, maybe them. Yeah, so thanks for your question. A coming of age story starring Ellen Page playing me. And the coming of age will be Let's Playing. Become the best Let's Player ever. Alright, thanks for your question. Tnebing asks, would you ever do any live action sketches and or more Let's Cooks? I was actually I was gonna pull out my camera and do a Let's Cook the other day, but it was really late and we were all hungry and I didn't really, that takes a little while, so I didn't do it. But yeah, I do want to, seeing as how I just wanted to the other day. I couldn't. As far as like live sketches, I'm not funny on purpose. I'm only funny on accident. So I find it very difficult to think of funny situations and or direct them and write them out and like do them. I'm not good at that. The only time I'm ever funny is like on the fly. So probably not, although I tried my hand at it once and it didn't turn out too well. So yeah, that's the answer to that. Yes, for more Let's Cooks, and I've been working on some piano pieces too that I could play for you guys. One of them is a piece from Shadow of the Colossus. Also, I've been working on something from Ni no Kuni, because the game itself could be better, but the soundtrack is phenomenal, so there's a piece that I've been working on from that. So yeah, so hopefully more piano stuff later on, too. I know you didn't ask about piano stuff, but I'm talking about it. Alright, thanks for your question. Koleoko asks, can you suggest any good games for someone who wants to start LPing to LP? I'm slightly lacking in games, but any suggestions would be nice. Games that are easy to LP? I think games that are easy to LP for beginners are probably shorter games. that are structured very simply. Like, they have levels. Like, I'm thinking of Banjo-Kazooie right now. It's a fun game, it's very memorable, but it's very simple as far as the structure goes. That way, because sometimes planning out videos for an LP, unless you do it the way that I do it, which is I just record for like 2 hours and then I just chop it up into 15-minute segments. Oh, my village died. Yeah, I just, that's what I do. That's the lazy way, but you guys don't seem to mind. But as far as like organizing and everything goes, if it's a smaller game that has levels, like maybe if you're good at Mega Man is really very straightforward as far as being as far as how it's organized, and I feel like that's pretty good. Maybe something like Kirby, because the levels are they're very structured. Structure! That's a very safe way to go. So, yeah. Thanks for your question. Next question is from Shiny Joshua, and I must say, I'm not gonna go to any details or anything, but you left me the sweetest message, and I was having a bad day at work that day, and I was just like, ugh. And on my break, I checked my messages, and holy crap, that just made my day. I almost cried. I'm not gonna go into too much detail as to what was in the message, but yeah, thank you so much. That was so sweet. Anyway, your actual question is. That's not his question. I'm just reading. As I stated in my first part of the Q&A from Dust, I wanted tips for becoming an LPer from a person with such little self-esteem and such little inner crocodile masculinity. What do you think should be my first step in starting? My suggestion, that is an interesting question, because, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I have great self-esteem. In fact, I've been working on my own self-esteem for quite a long time, actually, because I don't have the greatest self-esteem ever either. In my experience, as far as LPing is concerned, I make my main focus to have fun. And whatever that means for you, you just go and do it. Don't focus too much on trying to get the best quality, or trying to not sound dumb or anything like that, because that'll definitely show through. Just make your projects for you, and people, when they watch it, they'll see that you're doing this to have fun and you're doing this for you, and they'll appreciate how honest that is. So I think that's definitely something. I mean, you shouldn't feel like you're performing for someone else. You should feel like you're just doing a hobby that you love. And yeah. Did I start the level over? No, I didn't. Okay, sometimes the music just kind of like goes out. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I'm not watching the video. So yeah, I think that would be a good. That's some good advice. It's just don't feel like you're trying to produce a product for someone to enjoy. If you're producing it for yourself, if you're having fun, then people will appreciate that you're not trying to produce something fake for their sake. You know what I'm saying? And they'll get to know you as a person. And I feel like that's the main thing of what an LP is. I mean, yeah, there's the video game, and then you bond over that, and then that's like, the video game is just the starting point. You bond over your experiences that you can share with people through video games, because it's a great way to bond with people, but beyond that, LPs are, I think, are more about the commentator, in my opinion, and people. LPs are about people and knowing people and loving people. So yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but I tried my best. Thanks for your question. Next one is Red Thirsty 939. And he asks, "Oh, and good luck to you going off to college. That is a different experience, and it's a good one." So, anyway, his questions is if Johnny has 6 apples and Susie has 4, why don't they just shut up and eat it? Well, it's because I already ate all their apples. They had 6 apples, and she had 4 apples. But now I have 10 apples in my tummy, and it's just a glorious experience. Yep. Thank you for your question. Next one is from Knight. And he does agree that Ninja Bread Man is horrible. Okay. And he asks, if you were in an RPG, what character class would you be? Fighter, black mage, thief, white mage, blah 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 blah. I'd want to be a rogue, because that way I could just kind of like go up and just kind of stab someone real quick and then walk away and no one will know I was there. Just be up, dead, goodbye. I guess there's not really rogues in video games though. It's more like a D&D kind of thing. I've always been more so fascinated with like the magic side of combat in RPGs rather than like physical combat. So probably like a mage. A black mage, of course, because white mage is boring. All you do is just heal people. No, black mage forever. So yeah, thanks for your question. Next one is from Class, and he says, Jim Jams. Also, since you have met in person, just how much of a doof is Creed? Oh my god. Tales of Creed, everybody. I'm going to answer this seriously, Class, although I know you want me to say he's a doof. He's very nice. He's kind of nervous when it comes to real like encounters in real life or whatever. But he's just Creed. He's the Creed that I know online. He's the same Creed that I know in real life. So there you go. Boom. That's it. Also, his sister is really awesome. Just saying. So yeah. Creed is doof. He's just as doof in real life as he is on the internet, and he's just very nice. You're welcome, Cred. Thanks for your question, Class. Shiny Joshua, you left another question. Oh yeah, that's because I answered the question already and blah blah blah. Sorry, I was just reading through. So he asks another question. I'm going to answer it, seeing as how I give a lot of LP advice. Amanda, what brand of flavor ramen do you prefer? I honestly don't know which, like, what the brand names are. If there were done chicken legs, that would totally be my favorite. Oh yeah, that's another LP moment. The chicken legs are done, even though that was never in an LP. Anyway, my favorite, I think the ones that are in like those little packages with the blocks, like the block pack, because the ones in the cups are way too salty. So like the block ones, and I guess the chicken flavor is my favorite. No, excuse me. And that's not too much to ask because it's about ramen noodles. Alright, thanks for your question again. Cody L asks, what is your guiltiest pleasures? Also, what is a common food that you hate? My guiltiest pleasures, the United Kingdom and Yorkshire pudding. I'm just kidding. My guilty pleasures is probably some of the music that I listen to. I mean, people are like, you have such a great taste in music, and la la la, because I reference like the Beatles or Queen or like classic rock in my videos or whatever. But I also listen to some pretty ridiculous stuff. Like, I really love Lady Gaga. I mean, her as a person, she's kind of weird, but I really love her music. And lately I've been really getting into Kesha, which is, I never thought in a million years that I would like Kesha, but nah, guess what? I like Kesha. And like, I don't know. I like, I don't know. I haven't delved deep enough to say that I'm a fan of like hip hop or whatever. Is it hip hop? Is it rap? I don't know. I just like, I cannot dance to save my life, but I really like danceable kind of music with like beats and stuff. I don't know. I really like that kind of stuff. So that's why I really like Kesha and stuff like that. Those are my guiltiest pleasures. Some of the music that I listen to, people will shame me for. I feel like that's not as like personal as you want me to get. But that's all I could think of right now. Yeah, I listen to weird music. But I feel like I counterbalance that with listening to like music that is very socially acceptable. So my redemption is the fact that I have a very wide range of taste in music. The only music that I seriously cannot stand is country music. Oh my god, I can't stand country music. I like rap, I like hip hop, I like R&B, I like all that stuff. I can't stand country music. Anyway, I've delved. Your next question was, what is a common food that you hate? I hate macaroni and cheese. Hate it, hate it, hate it. That did not take long for me to think of, because that's like the first thing. If anyone finds out that I hate macaroni and cheese, they're like, what? What? Because it's just gross. And I've tried everyone's homemade mac and cheese under the sun, and it's all nasty. All of it. Every single one of it's nasty. So, yep. That's it. Thanks for your question, Cody L. Next one is from Rock Paper Mario. And he wants me to play Snatcher really bad, and I should do that. But that's not a question. He asks, want to fly over here and do and co-op Banjo-Tooie? And I say yes. I already answered this question on Twitter. I was like, Harry, if you get a random tweet from me one day saying pick me up from the airport, then you do have a guest bed for me, right? Or something stupid like that. So yeah, we'll do it. I've never beaten Tooie though. So thanks for your very simple question there, your RPM. My answer would be yes. I'm packing my bags right now. All right. I would like to visit Ireland though. It's just from all the pictures and videos and everything that I've seen, it just looks absolutely gorgeous. I want to go. I want to go. Next question. Secret Fairy asks, if I ever had enough money to visit you, would you let me sleep in your house? Yes, I have a guest bedroom, but you don't even have to use the guest bedroom. We can share the same bed, and then we can stay up all night and giggle and have pillow fights and talk about cute boys and paint our toenails and talk about our feelings and talk about video games and then we'll have cover fights and we'll try to be going to sleep at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll roll over with the covers and you'll be like, Amanda, give me the covers, and then you'll roll over with the covers and I'll be like, Juliana, give me the covers, and then we'll never get any sleep. So yes, definitely that can happen. Next question is from the Real Song and Fan. Love that guy. And he asks, what is your saddest experience with an anime? Also, have you seen Baccano? Yes, I have seen Baccano. I mean, I haven't watched the entire thing, but I watched some of it. That's how I found Durarara. Found it through Baccano. My saddest experience with an anime. I feel like this has happened before. I'm trying to think. Huh. Because there's some sad ass anime. I don't know. There's some really sad anime out there. I think the most depressing anime I've ever seen was Now and Then Here and There. I mean, that was depressing, like on a grandiose scale. But there wasn't a saddest moment in that. Like the entire show was just sad. So as far as an entire sad anime, Now and Then Here and There, that is sad. And someone on Twitter actually recommended that I watch that, and I cannot remember who it was. Ooh. You know what I think it was? I think it was that moment in that anime movie Barefoot Gen, where like the boy's mom, no, not the mom, the boy's father and brother are like, they get collapsed underneath like the burning house or whatever, and they can't save him, and they have to leave him and let him die. That was a really sad moment. Barefoot Gen is a really sad movie anyway. I need to see Grave of the Fireflies. I've yet to see it, and I've heard that is sad. I just like watching movies that make me sad. So yeah, I'd have to say that moment in Barefoot Gen where his dad and brother die, because that's just really hard. And like the thing that makes it even worse is, I mean, because there's a moment in like Attack on Titan where his mom dies in the same way, like she gets trapped under a building and then eaten by a titan or whatever. But that's not real. Like Barefoot Gen was real. Like that happened. That was like the autobiography of the mangaka or whatever. So that was just, oh god. Anyway, thanks for a horrible question. Next. For making me sad. Shadow Dragon says he talks out loud, but his brother finds it really annoying. I talk out loud and everyone around me finds it really annoying, so just go for it. Nocturnal Owly asks, would you ever travel to Finland? And of course I would. I just want to travel everywhere. Can I go to Ireland? Can I go to Finland? Can I go to Canada? I've already been to Canada. Yeah, I would totally go. I just need to win the lottery first. Yeah, so thanks for your question. Next one is from O'Fragan64. And he asked, do you plan to do a co-op LP with another YouTuber other than the Odd Quad guys? Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, I have a, oh, you said other than the Odd Quad guys. I was about to say I have an LP project planned with Alex, but he's an Odd Quad guy. Yeah, I guess. I don't know who, but someone. I don't know. I feel like I have this circle of friends or whatever, and I try to invite people in and make it grow, but you know. But yeah, I'd be open for that. In fact, I actually do have another co-op LP planned with a friend of mine who has been a subscriber for a very long time, and yes, he requested that we do an LP, a co-op LP together, and I was like, on it. Except for it's been a little while, so I need to get back to him on that. But yeah, the answer to the question is yes. I'm glad you're liking Twilight Princess LP, because me and Devin are the tits. We are the tits. Anyway, next one is from Oddster Dude. And he asks, have you ever tried playing an MMORPG, or a Momorpaga, as Yahtzee would say? Nope. No, I've never played a Momorpaga. I have had several people say, Amanda, you should play League of Legends with me, or you should play World of Warcraft with me, and I say to them, nay! Nay, I say, for I know what would happen to me if I ever pick up a Momorpega. I would never see the light of day, and like 2 years of my life would be flushed down the toilet. Just like that, instantly, just flushed. So no, I've never played a Momorpega before because I know exactly what would happen, and I don't want to do that to myself. So thanks for your question! Next one, Crab Stance asks, is the only word you have real trouble saying, or are there words you can't seem to pronounce? Megalomaniac. Megalomaniacal. There we go. Well, if you go back to Eternal Darkness, you know that I have a hard time pronouncing fodder, or fudder, or I don't know. There were a lot of words in Eternal Darkness that made me feel like a dunce. I felt like I was reading the verbal section of the SAT or something. Any words specifically that I have trouble pronouncing? I don't know. I have a pretty... I don't know, just like multisyllabic words kind of get me sometimes. Especially if like I'm not used to saying them. Like megalomaniacal. Like that. So I can't think of any words specifically. And you know what's weird? I feel like recently, I don't show it in my videos or anything, but I feel like recently I've started to like develop a small stutter, and I don't know why. And it's just when I'm talking to people that I'm not comfortable with, not like I feel endangered around, but just like that I don't know very well, and I feel like I'm afraid I'm gonna say something stupid. So like I actually think I have like a small stutter when I'm nervous, talking to people I don't really know, so I'm afraid I'll say something stupid. Oh man, and I hate those moments when you're like lying in bed and you can't go to sleep, and then you think back, your brain makes you think back to something stupid that you said like 4 months ago, and you're just like, oh, I can't believe I said something so stupid. Why? If I could only relive that moment and not say that stupid thing. I can't think of any specific word. I know that specific is a word that a lot of people have trouble saying, but I clearly do not. I don't know. Anything that's multisyllabic kind of trips me up. And there was a lot of those words in Eternal Darkness, so if you have any questions about what words I can't say, just watch Eternal Darkness, because there's a bunch of them in there. So yeah, sorry I couldn't, like, accurately answer your question, Mr. Stance. But thank you anyway. Mayo Hello, yes, asks, how do you type with boxing gloves on? How do you type with boxing gloves on? How do you type with your boxing gloves on? How do you type with your boxing gloves on? Okay, he says, I mean, I noticed how you've watched Homestar Runner, considering how you've LP'd Peasant's Quest, for instance. Oh, goodness. I was wondering, what's your favorite, most memorable thing? Like a tune, a strong bad email, a game, a character, universe, whatever. A couple of them are my favorites. One is Strong Bad Email. I think it's called Crying, and he talks about how he tries to make like Homestar Runner cry or whatever, and he's like, I do it with a drawing of a one-legged puppy named Lil Brother. I love Lil Brother. And then he has like a whole song. It's like here comes Lil Brother. He's got one leg up on life, just one. He can barely stand up. Our favorite one-legged pup. I'm sorry. It's good, and it's so good because he's only got a back leg, so his butt is like sticking up in the air while his face is like down in the ground. So I actually I named my car Little Brother because it's a PT Cruiser, and you know how it has like the raised hatchback or whatever. It looks like Little Brother. So I named my PT Cruiser Little Brother from Homestar Runner. Another thing that I really liked was that one cartoon, Dangeresque. And the only reason I really liked that is because, like, I showed it to my dad, and he got the biggest kick out of it. He thought it was the funniest thing ever. And it's like, no, what we gotta call Dangeresque. And then there was that part where they're, like, climbing, like, scaling the building, and then Homestar Runner's glasses fall off, and it, like, hits the building or whatever. I don't know, that's just classic. But yeah, I think my favorite one is probably Lil Brother. And then all of Teen Girl Squad, every single one of them. When you fall in a bottomless pit, you die of starvation. One that I quoted a lot though when I was younger was it was at the end of one of the Teen Girl Squads or something, and one of them was at summer camp, and like this coyote is her roommate, and the coyote is like a mangy coyote, and she kind of leans over the bed and she's like, "Can you give me these 17 shots before I go into a coma?" And that cracked me up. Another one from Teen Girl Squad that I liked was oh no, it wasn't Teen Girl Squad, it was something else. It was like one of the Easter eggs at the end of one of the videos. Or like no. It was at the end of a video, and you had to wait for like 5 minutes for this to happen, and it was Homestar Runner pouring like Mountain Dew on top of something, and he's just like, "Man, this soda's lasting a long time. It's like the never-ending soda. Never-ending soda." And it's just one of those Easter egg moments that I thought was so funny. I was like, never-ending soda! So anyway, okay, now that I've like tangented, is that a word? About Homestar Runner, we're gonna move on to the next one. Thank you, Mayo. Hello, you're awesome. Next is Frog. I am aware of you, but I can never pronounce your name. Question is there a scent out there that pretty much everybody loves, but you just can't stand? I can't think of one off the top of my head right now. I don't know. Maybe it's not one that I can't stand, but it's something that I don't understand, I guess, and maybe that's because I live in like a really humid area, but like this whole talk about like the smell after a summer rain or whatever, like it doesn't smell bad to me, it just doesn't really smell good either. It's just, I can smell it, but it just doesn't smell fantastic or beautiful or anything like that. It's just like, I don't know, maybe it's because I live in Florida, so after a summer rain, it's really gross and sticky and muggy. I don't like gross and sticky and muggy. I don't like that. It's nasty. So I don't know. I don't dislike it or hate it, but I definitely don't get it. I don't get why it's like a. Something that I do like is the smell of like a lawn clippings, like fresh clipped yard or whatever. I do like that. The hell if I'm ever gonna go out there and cut the grass, yeah, right. But yeah, I guess that's the only thing I can really come up with. It's not, I don't dislike it, I just don't get it. So yeah. Thanks for your question. Shadow11111 asks, is Kairi inside me? And I would say yes. Yes, Kairi is inside of you. Which means, Sora, my young lad, you are doing something very wrong, if that's how that happened. Thanks for your question. Read an anatomy book. Just do it. Next question is... oh, and thank you for your lovely question. The next question is from Yuki and this person asks, can you pronounce my name? And I think I just did. Yukichi. There you go. That's probably wrong. Thanks for your question. XD. Alright, next one is from Misuza Thinker. And this person asks, would you ever be willing to do an LP of Katamari Damacy? Yes, I bought it. I bought Katamari Damacy, and I haven't played it yet because I want to do a blind LP of it. It's not going to be next, but it will be soon because I have a blind LP set up after Okami. So yeah. Yes. Yes. I know. It doesn't count as a request because I was going to do it anyway. Yep, thanks for your question. Next one is from Fire Knight 212. And this person asks, how do you feel about the Fire Emblem series? Would you ever consider doing a Let's Play one? I've never played a Fire Emblem game because I've heard a lot about them and they intimidate me. I'm not very good at tactical RPGs. The only one I've ever been okay at is Valkyria Chronicles, and that's not exactly the same thing as Fire Emblem. I mean, come on. Tactical, like that kind of tactical RPG is like you're going on squares of a map, and then if your character dies, they're dead for good, and that just scares me. Although in Valkyria Chronicles, if your character dies, you're dead for good, but you got like a jillion characters, so it's no big deal. Although if Yon dies, it makes me so sad, and I restart the game. Every time someone dies, I always restart. But no, I've never played any Fire Emblem games because they really intimidate me. As we all know, I'm not really like the best gamer out there. I'm pretty bad at a lot of games, so I just feel like that would make me sad because I would be bad at it. Although I've never really actually tried a tactical RPG other than Valkyria Chronicles. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be willing to give it a try, but I don't think I'd LP one until I got really familiar with the series. So yeah, that's my question. That's my answer to your question, excuse me. Next question is... Thank you, by the way. Next question is from Doc Wonderland, and they ask, what's your thoughts on the new YouTube layout? It's dumb. I know you just want me to say that it's dumb, and I'm going to agree with the fact that it's dumb. I don't like it. They have taken out... First of all, let's start way back when they first changed things. We don't really have a sub box anymore, and I miss like everything that people upload. I can't keep up on my LPs because I don't know when people upload them. And then they will put videos that people have uploaded months ago in your sub box, quote unquote sub box, and you've already seen it, and it's like, why are you putting this there? Why don't you put them in sequential order? Sequential order like you had it before. And as far as the channel goes, that just pisses me off. Because the only thing you can have is a banner, is a channel banner. And that's just sad. And it just kills all the creativity. And they set it up, they set up the channel and made it look like Netflix or like Hulu Plus or something. And it's just not YouTube anymore. Which is sad. I feel like YouTube is like the poopy filter that LPs have to go through, unless you want to do it on like that other forum, Something Awful forums, but I've actually never checked out Something Awful forums, to be quite honest with you. I know that's where LPs originated, but yeah. I don't like the YouTube layout. I know you wanted me to say it, and I'm gonna say it. I don't like it. I liked how creative and original each channel could be before, and now it's just poop. And everything is poorly organized. Not only that, but like I remember the days when being a partner actually gave you like certain perks or whatever, and partners don't really have that anymore, and that's a little sad. I mean, that's just a side note. I don't really care that much about it, but I don't know. It was kind of nice. But yeah, the thing I love most about it is the scheduled uploader. But I think people have scheduled uploads. Some people do, and some people don't. I don't know how that works. But thank God for the scheduled uploader, because that saves me a lot. So yeesh. Yep, I don't like it. You knew that already. Thanks for your question. Next one is from No Rainbow Kittens Here. And they ask, have you ever played anything from the Tales of series? If so, which is your favorite game and which is your least favorite game? Well, I've only played one Tales of game ever, so I can't exactly say which one's my favorite and least favorite because they're both the same game, and that would be Tales of Symphonia. I gotta sneeze, like, for real. And if anyone asks in the comments of the video how many times you usually sneeze, the answer would be 2 in a row. Yeah, Tales of Symphonia is the only Tales of game that I've ever played, and I loved it to death. And I played the entire thing through with my cousin, Elizabeth. I played everything with her. And it was just an awesome experience. It was 53 hours of just awesome cousin bonding time over an awesome game with an awesome story, and an awesome set of characters, and an awesome world, 2 worlds to explore. My favorite was Teneha. But, anyway. So yeah, Tales of Symphonia is my favorite. Tales of Symphonia is my least favorite. Yep. I've been meaning to play Grace's F, but I just haven't bought it yet, so yeah. I have all these games I need to play, and I haven't played them because all I want to play is Monster Hunter. So yes, that's the answer to your question. Thank you so much, and I do want to play some more. Next question is from Lucas Max Bros XL. And they ask, are you going to do a Final Fantasy VI blind LP next, or 10? If I do another blind Final Fantasy LP, which I might do down the road, it will be Final Fantasy VI, because I own that game, and I do not own Final Fantasy X. Plus, I wanted to kind of experience Final Fantasy X when they came out with the HD remake, so I kind of want to do that because I don't have a PS2, so I'd have to do a whole bunch of crap just to be able to play Final Fantasy X, and so I'm gonna wait for the HD remake for that. And I feel like if they do an HD remake for any game, they should do like some of the older Final Fantasies. Like, I feel like Final Fantasy VII would make it. Well, I've never played 7, but I kind of know the characters a little bit, and I know what the graphics look like. And I feel like 7 would make a great HD remake, but I feel like 10 is too close to the graphics we have today, to where it's just like, why bother? But yeah, if I do another blind LP of a Final Fantasy game, it'll be Final Fantasy VI, but that won't happen for a long, long time, because I'm still recuperating from Final Fantasy IX. Holy crap. That's all I have to say is holy crap. Yep. Thanks for the question! Oh, and you have another question, too. Is Mother 3 going to be forever dead? I answered that in another video of this series. I think it was the second one. And if you want to go back and watch it, then awesome. If people just want to answer it in the comments of this video, do that too. But yeah, I answered that already. Alright, last question is from Cold Lyoko again. And he asks, if you could, what plushies would you have from video games? More specifically, Okami plushies? I would totally have an Issun plushie because Issun's funny and I like him. I don't know. I can make plushies. Like, I make amigurumi, so if there's ever a plushie that I really want, I just make it. I don't know. Right now, I'm making a Devil Ho from Monster Hunter. More recently, I made a few Pokemon. I don't know. Like, I know how to make plushies, and Dark Angel Yoshi knows how to make plushies, and Nocturnal Owlie knows how to make plushies, or amigurumi or whatever. So I mean, if there's ever really a plushie that I'm dying to have, I can just either make it myself or ask one of them to make it, and then buy it from them. So yeah, I don't know. Anything that I really want right now. Sometimes I have ambitious thoughts, and my ambitious thought of late was to make plushies of all the monsters from Monster Hunter. That's why I started making the Devil Ho, because that one's the simplest of all the monsters, in my opinion. So I guess right now I want a plushie of the Devil Ho, but I'm making it, so my wish will become a reality soon enough, so yeah. As far as Okami, I would totally want... Well, Dark Angel Yoshi made an Amaterasu plushie, and it's the most adorable thing ever. I'd want an Issun plushie, because that's legit. Yeah, Issun. Except it would be a very tiny plushie. But anyway, I hope I answered your question satisfactorily. How much time do I have left in the video? Not enough for the next video, but whatever. Oh, also, I just want to let you guys know that this series is actually going to end up being a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, because these questions are taking quite a while to answer, and the videos are becoming longer than I anticipated them being. I thought the videos were going to be about 20, maybe 25 minutes, but they're ending up being like a 45 to 50-minute video. So, yeah, it's going to be shorter than I thought. And I'm also ending off in the middle of a level anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, also I'm getting a lot of positive feedback about this series, and that just makes me feel awesome, because I thought it was a good idea, and I was just like, you know what, going for it, and I did, and I'm really glad you guys like it. So, yeah. I'm grateful for all of your questions, and I hope to answer soon, some in the next video, and you guys have a wonderful, fantastic, glorious day. Yeah. Peace out, Girl Scout. All of your Girl Scouts now. It's just how it is. Alright, bye.